Hi everyone, it's Max and welcome to a new week's reading vlog. I'm starting this a little early. It is Sunday night, but that's because I'm planning on reading A Court of Silver Flames this week by Sarah J Maas. This is the first book in the spin-off series of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and this one follows Nesta and Cassian. If you haven't read the series, the first trilogy, I would suggest not watching this because there will be spoilers, not for the book itself, but for probably what happened in the original trilogy. Honestly, I don't know yet. I haven't started it, but I am very nervous to start it, honestly. That's because Nesta is one of my absolute least favorite characters of all time, and I hate her so much. I get that she's suffering from PTSD, I get it, but she has been awful since the very beginning. So people who like blame it all on PTSD are not right, because she's been awful to Farah and everyone except Elaine from the very first page. So I just can't stand her. So I'm very scared going into this, but also it's Sarah J Maas. I love Sarah J Maas, and so I'm hoping that there's some good character development in there. And if there isn't, I think this next trilogy is like a series of standalones, so I think this is the only one that follows Nesta. So if I still hate her by the end, well, at least I'm done with her. I am going to start it tonight because it's 750 pages exactly. So if I read 50 pages tonight, I'll be able to just read 100 pages a day for the week. This is the only book that's left on my TBR. I am hoping, I decided to pick this up instead of Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel, which was for the TBR card Hard Hitting. I am hoping that this one focuses on some hard-hitting aspects like PTSD, because I know Nesta does have that, and so do a lot of characters, and that's a serious thing to be focusing on. So as long as there's some quite serious topics, I am going to put it as hard-hitting, so fingers crossed. I don't know if I'm gonna do an audiobook this week. I might start my April TBR early because I already filmed part of my March TBR, not April. I already filmed part of my March TBR. The card pulling worked out really well, actually. So I might start like an audiobook for that, which would be A Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers or Mastiff by Tamora Pierce, neither of which are like really surprising because both of those are a series that I'm like continuing. Tamora Pierce, I'm reading a Tamora Pierce book a month until I've read all of her Tortle books, and then Becky Chambers, I have the fourth book as an arc, so I've been reading one of her books a month to be able to get to that fourth book. In the Long Way to a Small Angry Planet series. I can't remember what the series is called, but I have an arc of the fourth one, which I want to get to ASAP in April. So I'm going to pick up the audiobook. So I'm not sure which one I want to start first. I guess I'll see which one's longer and probably go with that one. Because at the end of March, I am doing a secret TBR. Not sure which one yet. It depends, because one of the series I have on like my Nook, so I'd be able to read them immediately. One of the series I'm waiting for the mail, and I got on Book Depository, so it could take a really long time. So it'll depend on if those books get here in time, because I do have a deadline for a book that's in that series, so I might have to read that earlier and then kind of just loop it into the vlog once I'm able to vlog the rest. But if the rest of the series gets here, I would really rather have that so that, you know, I could do it now, but that might not work. So anyways, but that's for next month. So, but I might pick up Mastiff because I think Mastiff's longer than Record of a Spaceborne Few. But we'll see. That's a decision probably for tomorrow. But I'm going to read the 50 pages of Court of Silver Flames, and I'll let you know how I feel. All right, I'm literally 16 pages in. Here's already a quote of why I hate Nesta. Better to spend her time the way she wished. They kept paying for it after all. Her entitlement is really just disgusting. I really can't stand Nesta. 16 pages in, everyone. Buckle up, it's gonna be a long ride. Right, it's 9:38 and I am 52 pages into A Court of Silver Flames. And it's not as bad being in Nesta's head as I was scared it was going to be, thank God. And thankfully it's kind of really split so far 50-50 between her and Cassian. So it's going okay. I'm only 52 pages into it, so like still a long way to go. I am interested to see what happens next. I am. Yeah, so we shall see. But I'm gonna continue this tomorrow. I've got a bit of a headache. I did not sleep almost at all last night. I slept from 11:30 until 2, and then I woke up just like as if I had like napped and was ready for the day, and then I slept from like 8:30 to 9:30. So like that's like what, 3 hours altogether, something like that. So I am very tired. So I'm gonna make it an early night, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. I'm not gonna read any more tonight. I'm gonna put this down and try and get some sleep. So I'll see you tomorrow. All right, everyone. Hello. It is 11:45 on Monday, and I'm 156 pages into A Court of Silver Flames. I'm actually really liking it, which, I don't know, it was very unexpected, honestly. I mean, it was unexpected because I hate Nesta, but not unexpected in the fact that I love Sarah J. Maas. So like, you know, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And not just Cassie's point of view either. I'm really liking Nesta's, which, who am I? I'm shocked would be a good word for it. I am very shocked that I'm enjoying her point of view so much, and I'm really enjoying it. The healing process is already kind of taking a turn, which I'm a little surprised about. I'm surprised that the character development is happening so fast, and I'm wondering if the character portion of this is like takes up like the first half, and then like the plot portion of it takes up the second half or something, because I feel like it's happening a little bit fast, and their plot hasn't really started. The plot where like they're trying to like make peace with the human queens, which I think it's at least Cassian's job. I don't know if Nesta becomes part of it. I'm assuming she does. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I can't believe it. I was going to stop at like page 100 to talk to you, but then I was like, you know what? I just want to keep reading. So I did. I'm shocked to my core, honestly, to my core. But yeah, I'm actually really liking this, and I'm excited to keep going. I didn't listen to an audiobook today. I ended up working 2 hours of overtime and not going to the gym, which is just like not great. I watched 911 and 911 Lone Star. 911, I did not like it when I first started it, and I started on episode like 4 of season 4, and now it has me so hooked. 911 Lone Star took a dip for the worst with an unplanned pregnancy trope, which is my absolute least favorite trope, but I have a feeling it is starting to come back. I'm hoping, because I loved the first season so much, so I'm really hoping that the second season gets better. But anyways, you're here to listen about books, and I'm talking about TV, but you know what? Who doesn't love TV? But yeah, so if I do start an audiobook, which I really should, it's going to be Mastiff by Tamora Pierce, because it's a 20-hour audiobook, while A Record of a Spaceborne Feud by Becky Chambers is like 11. So it's almost half the amount of time. So yeah, and I really should start it, just to save myself the stress. I also want to now watch the beginning of 911, like the first 3 seasons. But I'm really nervous because my favorite character is Buck. Evan Buckley is my favorite, and I know he's a little crap at the beginning. Like, I know he goes through some really good character development, and I'm really scared that starting at the beginning I will grow to hate him. So we'll see. I also know like a lot of like the main things that happen, so I feel like I'll just be watching it and not that surprised. But anyways, so I'm gonna go to bed. I guess I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Court of Silver Flames, also not as sexual as I thought it was gonna be. Like, really, like there's been a couple moments, but like nothing that serious. I don't even know if it's gonna be that sexual, honestly. I mean, Sarah J. Maas, so you think so, right? But like, also, who knows? So we shall see. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good night. Hi guys, we're gonna see if this clip stays because my battery's flashing, but I really wanted to update you tonight that it is Tuesday night, which, God, I can't believe it's only Tuesday. But I did just get some book mail, so I thought I would show you. I got, Barnes & Noble is having a buy one, get one 50% off of like their book club books. So I got a Declaration of the Rights of Magicians, which I think is like an alternate history where there are like the magic users. I read it, I read the back, I was interested in it, but I don't have time to explain it, which is really great. And then I got The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. I have heard amazing things about this from Kayla from Books and Lala, and a lot of people that she likes on BookTube. I know it's like horror slash like mystery, but also I think there's like a commentary there about like Native Canadians, and I'm just very excited about it. But I just finished filming my March TBR. I'm gonna go read more of Court of Silver Flames, and I guess I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Hi guys, it is Thursday night. Look who might actually be sleeping with me. She just woke up, which is really sad. But I didn't update you yesterday because I didn't read anything yesterday. I don't know, I took a day off, which is fine. I think I'm gonna be able, you know, I'm just 100 pages behind. I'll be able to fly through that. But I am now 354 pages into Court of Silver Flames. I'm really liking it. I'm actually really liking Nesta, which, who am I? I never ever thought I'd be a Nesta stan, gonna be honest. But I love the friendships she's gaining with like these other women. She's working for a library that is like kind of a shelter for women who've been abused. And so the friendship, really right now singular, that she's made from that is like pretty awesome. She's also made friends with a shop owner, like the only female shop owner in Illyria, and they're just like such a great group of friends, and they're really helping Nesta heal because both of them have been through their own really bad situation. Gwyn was the last standing priestess of this place that like everyone else was murdered, raped and murdered, and then Emery is like women who have wings. Like in Illyria, for a long time they were clipped like birds, and her wings were clipped, and she just had a terrible childhood. So the three of them are like becoming friends and learning to heal together. Love it. Love Cassian. Yeah, it's just really good, and I'm just really enjoying it. Honestly, I'm having a good time. I'm almost halfway through, and yeah. There has been some smut, a little bit of sexy times. I'm excited to see where that goes because it's just been like a couple scenes, so it's a little bit like, you know, we're all waiting for more to happen. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm actually really liking this, which is really surprising, and I really honestly can't believe that I'm enjoying it, but I definitely am. But it's late, so I am gonna go to bed. I'm sorry I'm not updating you more, but I am enjoying it, so isn't that all that matters, really? And I'm trying to keep this more spoiler-free, you know, so you can watch it if you haven't read it. So that's why I'm not like delving too in depth, but they're also starting to get more into like the plot of the book, like this war is brewing and they're trying to stop it. And so like that's really starting to like kick into gear, and I'm not as interested in that plot line honestly, but it is kind of interesting, so I'm excited to see where it all goes. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Okay, it's Friday night, it's 10:30, and I am 454 pages into A Court of Silver Flames. I'm just over halfway. No, actually this looks like I'm quite a bit over halfway actually. Oh my god, I am. 375 pages is halfway. I was thinking 425, but that doesn't make any sense because once you hit 400, it's 800. Anyways, that was 850, not 750. But it's good. And crazily enough, the things that are making me angry have nothing to do with Nesta, or they do, but it's because they're keeping secrets from her, not like herself, if that makes sense. I hate secrets. I hate it, especially when they're like, it's for their own good. I'm like, shut up. Especially when it's men saying it about women. And it's happening with Nesta and Feyre. And Feyre really makes me angry. Like what they're keeping from her really makes me angry. Because something, this is kind of spoilery and I do apologize, but I'm pretty sure it was hinted at A Court of Frost and Starlight. Like when it was revealed, I was like, yeah. But something is gonna happen to her soon, and it's super friggin' dangerous, and they're not telling her how dangerous it is. and it is her body. Like, literally, she's the only one who really deserves to know how dangerous this is. And they're not telling her. And it is making me so angry. And Rhys is like, it's because I don't want her to be scared and I'll keep this fear to myself. I'm like, oh, stop pretending like you're being a selfless little do-good. Like, you are keeping something that is so important from her, saying you don't want to scare her. It's like, shut up. I can't, and no one is like speaking for her. No one is saying that they should tell her, not even Nesta. Like, Nesta knows, and she promised not to tell Feyre. I'm like, Feyre has an absolute right to know how dangerous this is going to be for her, and no one will tell her. And it's absolutely absurd, and it's making me so angry. I'm like, it is her body that you are just not telling her about. It is her life on the line, and they're not telling her how dangerous this could be. And there's like a solution to like, it's too dangerous. I'm like, well, she could die anyway. So like really, is it that dangerous to shift into an Illyrian female with like the wings and everything for a very specific reason? I mean, like, really? Like, yes, it could be a repercussion that would really suck, but another repercussion of her staying in a human or high fae form, like regular high fae form, is that she could die as well. And so it's just like, I don't understand. They're being so stupid, and I can't imagine. I'm hoping she finds out, and I'm hoping she's absolutely furious with them, because she has an absolute right to know, and it is making me so angry on her behalf. And then something happened, and I can understand this better, why they're keeping this from Nesta, but she created these weapons that are like magically imbued, and there hasn't been a magically imbued weapon in like centuries, and they're scared. They're like, oh, well, she could decide to like go crazy and like become a villain, which like up until this book I would have agreed with, because I hated Nesta. Now I'm like, stop attacking her, she's doing her best. And I can't believe I've come to this, honestly. But, you know, they like won't tell her that she made these magically imbued objects, even though she could accidentally make more. And it's like, to prevent her from doing this, you should tell her. And I mean, I cannot imagine facing Nesta's fury. Like, I can't imagine facing Feyre's fury, but Nesta is a whole other ballgame. And I just hate the secrets, and I hate them being like, oh, it's for their own good. Especially because it's like all men. Another thing that's annoying me is how Amren, I can't stand Amren. And I remember she did something at the end of A Court of Wings and Ruin that I was like, screw you. And like, everyone just automatically forgives her. And like, they just like, she's mean and she's a bad person. She's just like awful. And they're like just so forgiving of her. And I'm like, why? Like, I don't like her. I used to like her. I liked her in the second book and most of the third book. Then she did something at the end of the third book and I was like, okay, I don't like you anymore. And I still don't. I think she's just really mean. Yeah, I just don't like her. And they all just like forgive her immediately. And I'm really scared that this series is going to go in one direction that has just been introduced. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've talked about it before, but now there's like a high possibility that it could become a reality for Rhys and Feyre. I don't want it to happen, because honestly, if it does, then how are they any better than Hybern and the Human Queens? Like, if they decide to go this route, I don't think they're any better than the villains that we've been fighting this whole time. And Amarantha almost, you know? And so I just like, I don't like if it goes that direction at all. And Rhys really doesn't want it to go that direction. He keeps saying no, but I feel like, and Amren is the one who's pushing it, but I feel like he's gonna finally like say fine, or Amren's gonna do something, like make him do it or something. I don't know. And I'm just like, I don't like the plot line. I don't like that storyline. I don't like that idea, because I think it'll make him just as bad as his enemies. So I'm a little scared. And I don't think this would like happen in this book. Like I don't think he'd make the decision in this one, but it would happen like in this series, like second book or third book, if it is to happen. And I really, really don't want it to. And yeah, so don't like Amren, don't like that they're keeping secrets from Feyre and Nesta, and I'm loving Nesta and all of her female friends. They are all amazing, and I'm like, just, I love them all, and I love her. Who am I? I can't believe this is happening, honestly, I really can't. I thought out of any character, I would never, ever like Nesta. Here we are. I just love her healing. Her healing is really... it's really nice. And Cassian is like the only one who sees it. He's the only one who sees it. And I get that he's spending like so much time with her. And I mean, Azriel might as well. He might be seeing it as well. But like no one else is even like acknowledging that she's changing. Like they're still treating her like as if she's the same person at the as she was at the beginning. And like Cassian keeps being like, guys, like she is changing. And he's like speaking up for her against Rhys. Like being like, Rhys, like, you know, you can't, like he threatened her over Gwyn, who's like this priestess that she's becoming friends with. He's like, you better, you know, don't hurt her. And like through the mind link that he has. And Cassian was like, dude, like you can't do that. Like you brought her here to like change and grow. But if you like keep acting like she's like a villain, then she's gonna be a villain. And I'm like, Cassian, you're the only valid one. And like maybe Feyre, like Feyre likes her and she wants to be sisters. So like Feyre's good. And like I understand why they sent her in the beginning. Like she absolutely needed this character check. That's not the right word, but I don't know what I'm thinking of. And so like I get it and I like it and I agree with them. But now the way that most of them are treating her since then really annoys me because she is changing. And if any of them even just like asked her about like what she's been doing, like they would see that she's been changing. And I just, they're pretty much all annoying me except Cassian and Feyre. Feyre's fine because I think it's because they're all keeping secrets from her and it's annoying me. But anyways, I'm gonna edit my video for Sunday and prepare it for upload. It's my March TBR, so go check that out if you haven't. I'm really excited about most of the books. All of the books. I'm excited about all the books. And so I'm gonna edit that and prepare it, like schedule it to upload on Sunday because I'm gonna be at my dad's house and my dad has crap Wi-Fi and I won't be able to upload it there. So I'm gonna do that now and then probably go to bed. I have come to the decision to watch 911 from the beginning. The show. I started in season 4, which is this most recent season, because I watched the spin-off and there was a crossover episode. So I started watching it and it just pulled me in. And so I need to go watch the first 3 seasons because, you know, I'm not watching anything right now. So I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna start it tonight or tomorrow though. Anyways, but yeah, I am 300 pages from the end. And I'm really enjoying it. I really love Cassian. I hesitate to say I love Nesta, but it's getting there. And I can't believe it. But yeah, so I will talk to you all tomorrow. Good night. Sarah is annoying me. And so Nesta decides to tell Feyre what everyone is keeping from her. And now she's the bad guy. And Nesta's like, I've gone too far. Like, no, you haven't. Feyre deserved to know. And now Rhys is literally like, tells Cassian, get her out of here before I kill her. I'm like, this is all your fault for not telling Feyre what she deserved to know. And I'm so angry at all of them. And Amren, I hate Amren with a burning passion. And I can't stand Rhys right now because he sucks. And I can't believe they're trying to make Nesta out to be the villain in all this when they should have told Feyre the danger to her body from the start. And I'm so furious about it. So furious. I really hope that it comes out that like she was in the right, and I swear to God, if this makes her like a villain or something, I'm going to be pissed. And if she like apologizes and that makes it all better, I'm gonna be even more pissed because she was right to tell Feyre the truth, because Feyre deserves to know that she could die. All right, everyone. It's like 12:17 Sunday morning, I guess now. But I am stopping at Per 3 Valkyrie, and it's 514 pages, which is a little less than I'm supposed to be at, but I'm angry and tired and I have a headache. But basically, I hate almost every character except Nesta, which, talk about a plot twist. They're all making me angry, and I hate that Cassian's like method of like helping her worked in this like section, because he's just being a jerk, and then like Sarah J Maas is just like, and it works. Ugh, it's gross, and I'm so annoyed. And it's just the way that these people are treating, and I know she was bad, I get it, right? But she's getting better, and none of them, like, they all refuse to see it except Cassian and Feyre. Like, every single one of them refuses to see it. And maybe Az can see it. But it's just like, it just annoys me. And so they're like so surprised, like, oh look, there she is being her normal self. It's like, yeah, because you keep pushing her to it. You're not letting her grow. And it just annoys me so much. And I hate basically every character in this except Nesta, and sometimes Feyre, and sometimes Cassian. And Feyre, Sarah J Maas has made her into such a pushover. Like, she is just accepting that they kept this huge secret from her for most of the book. She's like, I could be angry, but instead I'm just gonna accept it. I'm like, what? No. And it just pisses me off. It makes me so angry that Feyre is just becoming this passive little thing that's like not even doing anything. And I just loved her so much in the first trilogy. And I'm just so angry that she's just like, she's a doll. She feels like a doll. For Rhys to impregnate, for Rhys to do whatever it is he wants to do with. And it just annoys the heck out of me. The fact that everyone's still angry at Nesta for telling Feyre is absurd. And they should have let Nesta talk to Feyre, because Nesta like hated herself after it. And I'm like, you were so in the right to tell her. And like, they should have let her talk to Feyre, because Feyre would have said the same exact thing. And it's so annoying that they're so angry at her for telling Feyre, like, hey, what's gonna happen might have serious consequences. You could literally die. Like, how dare you tell her that her life is in danger? I hate it all. I hate all of them, honestly, and it's just angering me so much. And I'm just furious. I'm so angry. And I don't know what to do. Rhys was like one of my favorite guy characters of all time, and now I like can't stand him. Amren, can't stand her. I didn't like her after what she did in A Court of Wings and Ruin anyways, but now I just really don't like her. Az is fine, but he's like barely in it. He barely has like 2 lines, so whatever. Cassian I liked up until this point. Nesta I'm loving, which I can't believe, honestly. I know I keep saying it, but really, I expected to hate this book solely based on Nesta, and instead I hate it. Well, I don't hate it, but I hate what's happening for everything except Nesta. What's happening to me? But anyways, I've got a headache, so go to sleep, because I am very tired, and my head's in pain, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Okay, it's Sunday night, and I am 100 pages from the end. Wow. I'm very excited. I am very excited. I realize I haven't talked at all about the smut. There is some smut. It's a little toned down, honestly. I thought there was gonna be more, but also I'm so invested in Nesta's other storylines, I don't really care. Sorry if you can hear my dad. He's talking to the dog or calling her up on the bed. But, oh my god. So for a while, I'm like sitting here like, what is the end plot of the book? You know, I wasn't sure what we were really working towards. It is just like, the end plot is just like literally the page where I was stopping for part 4. I think I'm on part 4 now. Let's see. Yes, so I'm on part 4 now, but like it literally was like, this happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is the end plot, which makes sense. Like with one of Nesta's plot, the training plot, it makes total sense. I'm a little confused about why Sarah J Maas made like this series plot what it is, because it doesn't feel like 3 separate, like 3 books about different characters is gonna work well like that. It feels like a storyline that like we'd follow one character through, honestly. Even though like all of Reese's like inner court, inner circle are part of it, it still doesn't feel like a story that it would be told from separate perspectives, if that makes sense. Like it feels like the same sort of plot line, that not the same plot line by any means, but like we followed Feyre throughout the whole first trilogy, and it feels like you would follow Nesta through the whole second trilogy. Like I feel like usually when it's like a series of like standalones, like following different characters, they're very different plots. So I find it kind of weird that we do have a like a series plot, if that makes sense. I just don't know how that's really gonna work out, because we haven't like I don't know if the second book follows Elain or Mor, but if it follows Mor, we've had Mor in maybe a total of 50 pages in this book, and like it's rarely her actually like speaking. She's just like in the room. So I'm just like yeah, it's a good idea for us to like then get her side of the story and like what's happening, but it still doesn't feel cohesive. I wish like the whole trilogy had like their points of views like intertwined, because separate books about each of them just doesn't really make sense to me. But you know, I guess we'll see when the time comes for the second book. Also, on a very unrelated note, if you're watching this and you get cramps, and I don't mean like stomach cramps, I mean like leg cramps, let me know like why that is for you, because I'm not dehydrated. I drink plenty of water, but recently I got a terrible calf cramp in the middle of the night, and my calf ached all day, and then I just got a foot cramp, and I'm just like not sure why. So if you know, just like let me know in the comments. Very random, but it just happened, so I was just wondering. But I'm gonna get back to this, finish it, and I'll check in with you guys once I do so. All right, everyone, it is almost midnight, and I just finished A Court of Silver Flames. Wow, it was so good. Sarah J Maas is really killing it with like the last 100 pages of her books recently. House of Earth and Blood, like the last 200 pages are some of the best 200 pages I've like ever read. The last 100 pages of this were amazing. Yeah, she just kills it with the endings. I do wish one very specific thing happened, where they're taking this test, shall we say, Nesta, Gwyn, and Emery. I wish they'd passed. I wish Nesta had passed, if that... I'm gonna keep it a little vague, because, you know, it's like a spoiler, but it was overall very good. I don't know my rating quite yet. It's gonna be between a 4 and a 5, but it's not a 5. Too many things made me angry, and not in the way that like they were resolved in the way that I liked. For like, yes, in the moment it was angry, but then it was resolved. It was like so many people blamed Nesta for so many things, and like it was resolved by her apologizing, and like she was not in the wrong. Like this whole like keeping the secret from Feyre and her telling her, I'm like, this is not Nesta's fault. You should have been telling her from the beginning. And like some other things where I'm just like, Nesta is not the one who should be apologizing, and yet she is. So that really annoyed me. So I'm thinking a 4.25 out of 5 stars. I think I'm gonna go 4 on Goodreads, and then I don't know, between a 4 and a 5, shall we say. Not a 5 though, so between a 4 and a 4.75. Overall, just really good though. So surprising. I can't believe I enjoyed this. I thought it was gonna be a slog, but I really, really liked it. And Nesta, love her. Who am I? I don't know. I hate that I love her. It's like, if I don't have my morals, what do I have? If I don't have the characters that I hate, what do I have? But yeah, so biggest plot twist of the century. I'm now a Nesta stan. I still don't agree with how she was at the beginning of the series. I don't agree with how she was for most of the series, but this really changed it for me. I like her a lot more. Like the problem is that like her excuse, and it's not an excuse, like she knows she was in the wrong, but she was like, I was angry, and I'm like, oh boo-hoo. Like you were angry at like your dad, so you took it out on your sister. Like it just, that's what annoys me. But yeah, overall really liked it. I'm really happy, and I'm interested to see how the series progresses with the different characters. And I can kind of see now how it'll be like different characters I guess. We'll see. I don't know when the next book is coming out, but alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my reading vlog of A Court of Silver Flames, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!